What's going on, guys? Jimmy here from Rodnoc Racing, and today we're going to be talking about the Las Vegas Rallycross put on by Vegas Rally. Thanks to them for opening up this location for a rallycross, or potential rallycrosses, because this track was stupid amounts of fun. It could definitely be hard in this current configuration on cars if you absolutely send it, because I was jumping, but it was actually a super fun course. This video is probably going to be more, hopefully quick, more pros and cons of the event and things that are going to be tweaked on, which everything I'm going to talk about is everything that was communicated to the organizers, so this isn't out of left field for anybody. More or less just kind of communicating to all of you guys what is going to be changed or tweaked on, because this is going to be a really fun event. If we can get all the details ironed out and get everything squared away to be welcoming for everybody, this is going to be a really fun event. The first thing that I know scared off a whole lot of you guys was the price point. And now, hopefully, those guys over there in Vegas are going to make some sort of a video or way to tell everybody how it's going to be justified. But the price point scared everybody, and I know grassroots motorsports like Rallycross is, well, you know, the biggest thing that I always preach about Rallycross is that it's cheap and inexpensive to get into. If you have some sort of a beater that you don't care about, you can rallycross it. If you have a Prius, we're looking at you, McLeod, bring it out. If you have a rental, you can bring it out. It's not going to really beat up the car. It's not going to go nuts on the car, and you could come just have a good, fun weekend for really cheap. The price point on this is either going to be adjusted or justified. I'm going to let them do the explaining on that one, because I don't want to get anybody hopes up about anything. The track will, if it's going to be this expensive, will be longer. This was a relatively short track for what we were doing, but it will be longer. They have a lot more property, they have a lot more acreage, and as the organizers were saying, this is just kind of what they were using as the experience part of it, so they figured we'll just run it here, see how it goes. Which, it went great. It was a really fun course. For what it was, you could see a lot of cones out here, and if you're an experienced rallycrosser who does this a lot, you're going to say that is a whole lot of 2 seconds that I will hit. And thankfully, they know this is a lot of cones. This, again, was purely for how they set up for the experience. If you have an opening in the cones, which I totally get, somebody's going to drive through that opening and then end up in some K-rail, and we don't want any of that. When it comes to actual rallycross time, all of those cones are going to go away, and it's going to make it way easier for workers. It's going to be way easier for just anybody involved, anybody that likes to hit cones, things of that nature. We also talked about how many runs are going to be allowed due to the potential price point of what this is going to be at. Typically, your normal rallycross is 6 runs. Some venues do 4, which I critique highly. Some do 3. You know who you are. Wasn't a big fan of that. Normally, events do 6. If they want to keep it at the price point that they are shooting for, I'm hoping we're going to be around the 10-12 range. But if that's the case, it's going to be a real long course, and you need to have a lot of people on course at the same time, because if you don't, it's going to go from a 9 a.m. start time to you will need light bars. Because if we can get enough people to go to this thing, there's going to be a lot of people running, and if a lot of runs, you know, yada yada. You can imagine the chaos with that. But to wrap it up and give it a general overview, price point will need to be changed or justified. Course layout needs to be changed if the price point does not change. Cones will go away. They understood that completely. And runs will be tweaked or kept the same, again, all depending on price point. Price point being the biggest deal here. But if everything gets worked out, Vegas Rallycross will be one of the more fun events out there because of just the general property and layout of everything. Course is going to be awesome. But that's my 2 cents on it. Like the video, share the video, show a friend, whatever you do with videos, share it around. That just helps us in general. But anyway, that was Vegas Rallycross. My thoughts on it. My name's Jimmy with Rodnoc Racing, and we hope to see you out in the dirt soon.